How political campaigns manipulate you without you knowing. You're scrolling through social media, a captivating political ad suddenly catches your eye. Its vivid imagery and compelling message seem tailored just for you, sparking an emotional response that's hard to ignore. But what if I told you that this is no accident? Political campaigns are masters of manipulation, using targeted messaging to play on your emotions from fear to hope. They spread misinformation to create uncertainty, rely on social media algorithms to amplify their voices, and exploit the bandwagon effect to make you feel like you're part of a movement. They craft the illusion of choice, conditioning you to accept their narratives as truth through the repetition. Your peers influence your views, and powerful symbols evoke deep emotions, all while urgency and scarcity creates pressure to act. In this video, we'll delve into the subtle and often hidden tactics these campaigns use to shape your beliefs and decisions. Stay tuned to discover how to recognize these manipulative strategies and protect your voice in the political landscape. The power of targeted messaging. Targeted messaging is one of the most potent weapons in a political campaign's arsenal. With access to an overwhelming amount of data, campaigns analyze voters' online behavior, interests, and demographics to create messages that resonate deeply with the specific audiences. Image receiving an ad that speaks directly to your concerns about healthcare or the economy. It feels personal, as if someone understands your worries. This sense of connection is by design. Campaigns utilize advanced algorithms and data analytics to segment voters into groups based on their preferences and behavior. By tailoring their messages to align with your values, they can bypass the usual barriers to persuasion. For example, younger voters might see messages focusing on climate change, while older voters may receive content highlighting social security issues. This strategic approach not only increases engagement but also fosters a sense of loyalty. When you feel like a candidate truly understands your needs, you're more likely to support them. Ultimately, targeted messaging shapes your perception of candidates and issues, making it crucial to recognize when you are being influenced by carefully crafted narratives designed to sway your opinion. Emotional triggers. Emotional triggers are the heartbeat of political messaging, often driving voters to action in ways that logic alone cannot. Political campaigns expertly tap into our feelings: fear, anger, hope, and pride, creating powerful narratives that resonates on a personal level. Think about the last time you saw a political ad. Did it make you feel hopeful for the future, or did it stir a sense of urgency and fear about what could happen if the opposing candidate were elected? By evoking strong emotions, campaigns compel you to make decisions based on how you feel rather than solely on policy issues. They know that when you are emotionally charged, you are less likely to critically analyze the information presented. Fear is particularly effective. It can activate a primal response that makes you more receptive to the campaign's messaging. When candidates frame their messages around dire consequences or hopeful promises, they play to your instincts. The emotional narrative sticks into your mind, creating a lasting impression that influences how you view the candidate and their policies. Recognizing these emotional triggers is essential in understanding how they manipulate perceptions and drive voter behavior. Misinformation and fear-mongering. Misinformation and fear-mongering are tools that political campaigns wield with alarming effectiveness. In an age where information is abundant, discerning truth from fiction has never been more challenging. Campaigns often spread misleading information or half-truths to create fear, uncertainty, and doubt among the voters. This tactic can manifest in various ways, from exaggerating a rival's past actions to propagating the dire predictions about the future. If they gain power, this manipulation doesn't just affect individual beliefs, it can shape the overall narrative of an election. When fear takes precedence over facts, critical discussions about the policies and issues get drowned out, leaving voters more susceptible to the whims of political messaging. Understanding how misinformation and fear-mongering work is crucial for navigating the complex political landscape and making informed decisions. The bandwagon effect. The bandwagon effect is a psychological phenomenon where individuals adopt beliefs or behaviors because they perceive that others are doing the same in the context of political campaigns. This effect is skillfully exploited to create a sense of momentum and popularity around a candidate or issue. When you see a candidate gaining support, particularly from the influential figures or celebrities, it can subconsciously influence your perception, leading you to align with what seems like the majority opinion. Campaigns utilize endorsements and public displays of support to amplify this effect. When high-profile individuals openly back a candidate, it generates a perception of legitimacy and desirability, making it easier for undecided voters to jump on the bandwagon. You might find yourself thinking, if so many people believe in this candidate, there must be something good about them. This social proof can be incredibly persuasive, especially when combined with the targeted messaging that speaks to your values. The more you see others supporting a candidate, the more likely you are to reconsider your stance, even if it contradicts your original beliefs. Understanding the bandwagon effect can empower you to make choices based on your convictions rather than succumbing to the pressure of popularity. The role of social media algorithms. Social media algorithms play a critical role in shaping the political landscape, often without users even realizing it. These algorithms are designed to prioritize content that engages users, which typically means promoting posts that are sensational or polarizing. Political campaigns take the full advantage of this by crafting messages that spark strong reactions, ensuring their content reaches a wider audience. When you engage with a post, whether by liking, sharing, or commenting, the algorithm learns your preferences and serves you more similar content. This creates a feedback loop where you're continuously exposed to messages that align with your existing beliefs, reinforcing your views and making it increasingly difficult to encounter opposing perspectives. As a result, the algorithms can create the echo chambers, isolating users from diverse viewpoints. This lack of exposure not only shapes the individual opinions, but also can polarize the entire communities. Campaigns strategically design their content to leverage these algorithms, ensuring their narratives dominate your feed. Recognizing the influence of social media algorithms is crucial in understanding how your political views may be shaped by what you see online, often without your conscious awareness. The illusion of choice. In the world of political campaigns, the illusion of choice is a powerful tool used to manipulate voter perception. Candidates often present a variety of opinions, giving the impression that you have the freedom to choose based on your values and beliefs. However, this facade can obscure the reality that the choices are often limited to a narrow spectrum of ideas, carefully curated by the campaigns themselves. This manipulation can lead you to feel satisfied with your choice, believing you have made an informed decision. But it's essential to recognize that many issues might be left unaddressed or simplified, limiting your understanding of the broader political landscape. By understanding this illusion, you can challenge the narrative presented and seek out the diverse perspectives that truly reflect your values rather than merely accepting the limited option. Psychological conditioning. Psychological conditioning is a subtle yet powerful technique employed by the political campaigns to influence voters' behavior. This process involves associating specific feelings, images, or phrases with particular candidates or issues to create a conditioned response in the audience. Over time, these associations become ingrained, shaping how you perceive candidates without you even realizing it. For example, a candidate might repeatedly use specific slogans or visuals that evoke strong emotions, such as hope, fear, or nostalgia. Each time you encounter these elements, your brain begins to connect them with the candidate's message. This repeated exposure conditions you to respond positively or negatively, depending on the emotional context established by the campaign. This technique is particularly effective in an era dominated by rapid information consumption, where voters are bombarded with the messages across various platforms. The goal is to create a quick, instinctive reaction when you encounter a candidate's name or image. By understanding psychological conditioning, you can become more aware of the emotional cues in the political messaging, enabling you to make more informed choices based on the critical thinking rather than conditioned responses. Community influence and peer pressure. Community influence and peer pressure are powerful forces that can shape your political beliefs and decisions. When surrounded by friends, family, and social networks that express strong opinions, it can be challenging to maintain your own views, especially if they differ from the prevailing sentiment. This social dynamic creates an environment where you may feel pressured to conform to the opinions of those around you. Political campaigns recognize this phenomenon and often leverage community sentiment to their advantage. They craft messages that resonate with these specific groups, creating a sense of unity and collective identity. When you see others rallying behind a candidate or cause, it can evoke a desire to belong, making you more likely to adopt those views. As you engage with posts that reflect your community's sentiments, algorithms may further curate your feed to reinforce those beliefs, creating an echo chamber that limits exposure to diverse perspectives. Understanding the role of community influence can help you recognize when peer pressure is affecting your political views, empowering you to make decisions based on your values rather than simply following the crowd. the use of symbols and imagery. Symbols and imagery play a critical role in political campaigns, often conveying complex messages in a way that is easily digestible and emotionally impactful. From flags and logos to iconic visuals and color schemes, these elements serve as a shorthand for broader political ideals, resonating deeply with voters on a subconscious level. Campaigns often carefully select symbols that reflect their values and resonate with their target audience. When you see a familiar symbol, it can trigger emotional responses based on your past experiences and beliefs. This conditioning makes it easier for campaigns to persuade you, as you may not even realize the influence these symbols have on your decision-making process. Recognizing the power of symbols can help you critically evaluate the messages behind them, ensuring that your choices are informed by the substance rather than mere imagery. The tactics of timing and scarcity. The tactics of timing and scarcity are powerful psychological tools in political campaigns, creating a sense of urgency that compels voters to act quickly. Campaigns often deploy these strategies to heighten the stakes, making you feel as though your decisions must be made immediately or risk missing out on something vital. For example, candidates might announce limited-time events such as town halls or rallies, urging you to participate before it's too late. Similarly, they may highlight dividing and dwindling resources or critical deadlines to foster a perception of urgency. This strategy plays into the fear of missing out, compelling you to make decisions based on emotion rather than careful consideration. You may find yourself thinking, if I don't support this candidate now, I might lose my chance to affect change. This sense of scarcity can cloud your judgment, leading you to prioritize short-term gains over long-term considerations. Understanding these tactics can empower you to slow down and evaluate the information critically, ensuring that your choices are driven by rational thought rather than reactive impulses. As we have uncovered, political campaigns wield a myriad of tactics to influence your thoughts and decisions, from emotional triggers and misinformation to the power of symbols and social media algorithms. By understanding these manipulative strategies, you can become a more informed voter, resisting the urge to follow the crowd or succumb to fear-mongering. It's essential to critically evaluate the messages being presented, recognizing when your perceptions are being shaped by the unseen forces. Remember, your voice matters, and making informed choices ensures that it reflects your true values and beliefs. So stay vigilant, question what you see, and empower yourself to engage in the political process with clarity and confidence. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights.